Hello, my name is Carol May Whittick, your creativity and spiritual life coach, and welcome to another episode of Higher Energetic Resonance Inspirations. This week I'm talking about peaks and troughs. The ultimate measure of a person is not where they stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King Jr. If you haven't already, there is a mailing list that I'm encouraging you to sign up for. Each week you will receive an email that will notify you of a new episode, and going forward I'll include additional information relating to each episode and more news about my offerings and exclusive events. The link to that is in the show notes. From Steve Maraboli: life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. This week I'm talking about ups and downs, peaks and troughs, hills and valleys in our lives and in our creativity and in spirituality. I'm not really sure where the idea has come from that things are always smooth sailing, because as we all know, life doesn't work that way. When we begin a project or when we take on an endeavour, we start a journey that we believe will just get us from A to B. But consider anything that you've done in your life. How many times can you say that it turned out exactly the way that you imagined it would be, or it turned out and happened when it was supposed to happen, or you believed it was going to happen? It's by going through those unexpected turns, those disappointments, those delays, the setbacks, the loss of confidence and the loss of vision that we really begin to find out more about ourselves, who we are and what it is we're truly capable of, and also whether we're deserving of what we believe we should have. If you're at the beginning of any project and the idea of the project itself seems so much bigger than you that you start to second guess whether you'll be able to complete it, if you even feel a little bit unsure about who you're going to share what you have in your mind for yourself and what you want to achieve, then as daunting and as frustrating as that may be glad. Because when we're faced with these things that seem so much bigger than who we are and they appear impossible to us, we're being shown that there's something out there that we need to stretch to. And the question is, are you courageous enough to start? If you've been taking steps and making progress and then suddenly there's a major or unexpected setback, you can start to doubt your own abilities and doubt whether it's right for you at all. But it's in those times of doubt, it's in the pits when we're on our face, staring down in the mud, wondering how the hell we got here, when we're feeling foolish because we don't see it happening and we want to get out of there as soon as possible. That's when we find out who we are. The true character of a person is measured when life keeps throwing the curveballs, disappointment, loss over and over and over again, to the extent that they believe they may even be cursed, or it's not for them, or worse still, that they're somehow deserving of all of these bad things that are happening to them. Sometimes what's required of us is patience. Sometimes what is required of us is a reskilling, a reevaluation of what it is we're working towards. In those moments of contemplation and really looking at what we need, we find out who we are and who we are not. We find out who is supportive of us and who is not, because unfortunately it's in those times of the troughs and the valleys that people can and do abandon us, but not always because they are mean, which is hard to realize at the time. It's just not everyone has the strength to see us at our worst. Not everyone knows what to say, and this is when we find out how we're going to respond. This is a moment for us to reconsider or to reconfigure a relationship. Also, have we been overly depending on a situation and people when now it's the time for us to see what we can do under our own steam? And what comes from those dips, from being defeated, from being pushed back, from being rejected? What comes from that is the sweetness. It sweetens the moment of victory. It will give us a real understanding about our journey and our transformation, and being able to see things from different positions with honour and respect, love and deep gratitude when we do achieve our goals. It gives us strength to ride through the next disappointment, knowing that it's not forever, knowing that there's always something to be learned. In that learning, in that transforming, it's getting back onto that upward trajectory, showing others that you can be down sometimes, and maybe even for a while. You can be down for a long time, but it doesn't mean that you're out. And if you feel that you were working on your spirituality and you were on your path and discovering more about yourself and then more about your healing, and then now that you've gone back 5 steps when everything was going forward, maybe it's just time to go over that area once again to see how you respond this time, and to know that the ups and the downs are all part of the path. And truthfully, you wouldn't want it any other way. From Rick Warren, transformation is a process, and as life happens, there are lots of ups and downs. It's a journey of discovery. There are moments on mountaintops and moments in deep valleys of despair. From Aristotle, it is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode. If you've enjoyed this episode or many others, please share and also leave a review. Find out more about me on my website. It's carolmaywhittick.com, carolmaywhittick.com. On LinkedIn and Facebook, Carol May Whittick, and Instagram, Casmic, CAZMICK. Until the next episode, thank you so much for listening and take care. Bye-bye.